what is the general interview process at FAANG companies is what a lot of people ask me. Now, here's what happens. First, your resume shortlisting happens. Maybe this happens, differs from company to company. Maybe this happens through a recruiter actually manually scanning your resume. Maybe it happens through, ATS scanning, which is why you need to make sure to tailor your resume according to the job posting. That is really important. So again, this is a hit and miss. I would say that, even if you have a perfect resume, it's kind of a hit and miss because of the number of people applying to such off-campus opportunities. Then let's say once you have resume shortlisting. Again, I want to clarify one small misunderstanding. Getting a referral does not mean that you'll immediately get the interview opportunity. It just means that there are higher chances of your application to get noticed because someone from the company is vouching for your skills. So that's really useful. So once the resume is shortlisted, you get a link for an online assessment. Maybe this is on a site like HackerRank, where you're supposed to solve a couple of DSA problems in 45 minutes to 1 hour. Sometimes they're on the competitive coding side, sometimes they're on the data structure side, but mainly they will be medium kind of problems, easy medium kind of problems where you have to demonstrate that, okay, you know how to use data structures, you can think on the fly, you can solve, new problems using the same techniques you already know. Then once you clear the online assessment, you'll have a recruiter call and you will be invited to something called a phone screen. Now, phone screen is an interview with an engineer from the company. And now this interview typically is of 45 minutes, where you might be asked 1 to 2 problems where you need to solve medium problems, mostly medium problems. You need to solve this with an engineer of the company, and then you have to optimize it, you have to communicate well, you have to write good modelizable code, you should write clean code, you should be able to test it, so on and so forth. This in many ways is a very important round because this is also called as the elimination round. If you don't do well here, what happens is you get rejected and you directly get pushed down to the cooldown period. If you fail at the phone screen, you have to wait for at least maybe 2 to 3 months before you apply again. So it's really important. Once the phone screen is successfully done, you go to the next step called the Onsites. Now, before COVID and everything, Onsites basically meant that you would be flown out to the company. You could sit, you could have whiteboarding interviews, sitting down with the actual engineers of the company face to face. Right now, it's mostly virtual, where you have 3 to 4 tech rounds, depending on the role. If you're a fresher, you'll have all DSA based. If you're experienced, you might have low level design, high level design. And yeah, but typically they're all tech rounds. And no matter what the role is, you are going to have at least a couple of DSA rounds where they'll ask you medium hard problems for 45 minutes and you need to keep solving it in an efficient manner while communicating your ideas clearly. Remember, you are working with your interviewer to achieve a result. It's not like anyone is against you because the interviewer also wants you to succeed. You want yourself to succeed. So just have a calm mind and try it out. Next is the HR interview. And this might be the HR interview in some companies, it might be the hiring manager round, but you typically have, a HR interview and then you get the offer. If you fail after the on-sites, you again come down to this cool down period. So that's why it's really important to be prepared. But some people do the mistake of preparing way too much and not getting ready to interview. Your preparation is good. Once you've, prepared most of the different concepts of DSA, let's say, trees, graphs, arrays, linked lists, so on and so forth, DP, recursion. Once you've solved enough problems of each of those topics and you can communicate your ideas in a clear manner, it is a good sign for you that, okay, I can start interviewing. Don't delay it indefinitely.